Missy's only been playing basketball, organized basketball, for about 3 years, but he's a very talented player. Jalen Bridges in that way. You know, the other teams that did it with rim protectors, and Jalen Bridges is not a shot blocker, so he can still attack the rim.
Dennis threw that up there because and Shire said if this was an NCAA tournament game, Proctor probably would have played tonight.
Well, he wants to play, he just hasn't practiced 5-on-5 of late.
Walters pull up too strong. Filipowski kept it alive.
That was a left-hand drive and well executed by Kyle Filipowski. He's a big-time player.
Lead back up to 10 after it was down to 6. The take to Filipowski, and that one is up.
What a bucket-saving block by Misi.
None. Misi!
A little more help when the action comes from one side of the floor or the other rather than in the middle.
Good hands that time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's been body contact called more than that.
It's too strong. Misi was there in neutral site games.
Mark Mitchell's a really good player. He's such a valuable piece for this team because he can guard multiple positions. He's a good offensive rebounder.
Nunn threw it up there, and guess who's back?
Play by Jacoby Walter.
A.J. Dennis, there's Filipowski over there to help again. And Walter open for a 3. Too strong.
Pin down screen, then he got a cross screen from a guard and was wide open initially underneath. Now that play, excellent shooter. He's made a bunch of baskets as a driver. Well, that's really going to open some things up for him.
He's up to 18. That was that effort to throw it up off.
But if they're going to go one-on-one in the post, Duke should go to Filipowski on every possession.
Filipowski, a 7-footer. Bridges at 6'7". There's a turnover.
Recovery, though, to make that shot.
Cadeau. And he'll go to the free throw line.
He's got Caleb Foster, the freshman, on him.
He had 2 early baskets, but still at 4 points now. As Cadeau. Proctor, here come the Hawks.
And this is a big possession for Arkansas to stretch this out.
Battle. Yes.
Carr fouled out, allowed Mark Mitchell and Filipowski to really have a field day at the rim.
Read the lob, and it rolls down.
And him a little bit more, catching it on the block. And sometimes he can get himself into trouble doing too much on the perimeter.
Reed kicks it out for Salas. Knocked it down.
Jackson, shot clock at issue now, down to 6. The pull-up pop short.
Decisive as of late, knowing when to shoot it, when to just drive it, and when to make a play.
Hunter's going to go hard. He'll draw the foul. Mitchell came.
One of the characteristics we talked about for Brad Brownell, you got to limit turnovers and limit the threes from Duke.
Chase Hunter in a blow. 34-26, the Blue Devils gunning for their 15th win of the season. That's Filipowski with the stop.
Not expect the first one to be today.
Right. Like never.
Like never, yes.
J.J. starting with a pull-up and a feathery touch.
How much you think of that was due to the Michigan State beatdown they got?
Yeah, that was an outlier. I mean, they just got punched at the start and never really recovered.
But leadership and production, but right now, Duke's got problems. They coughed it up again. Carolina has executed beautifully at the offensive end. They're 6 for 7 from the floor. Deflected off. LL is starting the second half as he did the game. Still looking to get untracked offensively. Needs some help right now. Somebody's got to come get it. And Lawson does.
Now Filipowski being put in another ball screen.
Davenport with a step back 3. Filipowski with a
like whenever Duke needs a bucket. And he did that against Arkansas actually in the Elite 8 game a couple years ago.
the floater up and
going in this game.
Bacot, good deflection and steal.
The point guard missed 3 games after rolling that left ankle against Georgia Tech.
Battle feeling it. And
they have yet to succeed on one of those alley-oop plays, and they will run a lot of them for Misi. Pull up, fade away, no good. Misi with the rebound, throws it up and in.
Someone's hand. Caleb Foster isn't necessarily the guy. You want to do that when Jared McCain has it.
Reed Jr. will give it up. Jameer Watkins. Get Filipowski on hand. Pass somehow did get to Worley. He'll lay it up and in. Tigers have been a very solid offensive team all season long, averaging 81 points a game. They shooted well. Nice fall away there.
If they would have made me stand up in class, I would have been a much better student, OB.
Is that the reason why?
That is it.
I didn't want to go there. There's Hall. You Virginia guys, you have a different standard than the rest of us. Here's Beadle backing it away. Shot clock at 5. Knocked away and stolen.
Filipowski with a steal. Walter comes back and he fouls him.
Spots and identical threes in the opening minute and a half of the game. Cadeau out of bounds. Carolina ball. Mitchell comes over to double team and Baycott kicks it back out.
Good job by Jeremy Roach to make that catch difficult on the ball side.
Tipped by Filipowski. Still Carolina ball.
To get Baycott into the low post.
R.J. Davis finds an open Elliot Cadeau. And note that John Shires put Kyle Filipowski back into the game with 2 fouls. And a block.
Proctor got his shoulders around him. A blocker challenged at the rim, forced the miss. He's going to be a really good player. He's good now, but he's going to be really good. Continue to penetrate. They're getting really good things when they're able to penetrate.
Mitchell from the elbow. Why not?
Eric Musselman's been a basketball lifer. Of course, his dad, Bill Musselman, one of the great coaches.
So for people who may not have seen the entire game, we just said they're up 14. Hang on. They're up 14 without.
Sophomore who had huge expectations entering this year. Roach is now switched on to Salas, not McCain. Carr. Shot clock winding down. Carr spinning again. In the ACC, you see the 9-6 league record. Down by 2. Good pass. Reed to Carr. Tied at 58.
You know, he's a momentum three-point shot maker, so you can't afford for him to make one, because once he sees the ball go in, that's when the problem starts.
So rare to see a freshman with that kind of shooting ability from range. Nice shot.
Duke really wants to ratchet up its pressure against Baylor. It's a really good scoring Baylor team.
Jaden Nunn with 5 on the shot clock. Filipowski comes out to hedge. They're going to have to throw it up. Walter does, and that's an air ball.
NC State had to sit the majority of the first half, only played 4 minutes. That can't happen in this game.
That's why Sean Stewart got all those minutes, and he ended up playing extremely well. Baycott with the last year, 37% this year. Davis bouncing off a couple of defenders. Just 4.5 for the ACC's. For really containing Zach Edey as Arkansas beat Purdue in overtime in that game. What a pass. And he told everybody who was asking the questions exactly what he thought needed to improve about his team. And Jay, they're doing in the next game as that'll quiet the crowd just a bit, and probably not for long. Makai Mitchell, and they'll get noisy again. How about the Hogs? Last 3 years, Elite 8, Sweet 16.
Not just remarkable.
Yeah.
And last year, if Trevor Brazil had stayed healthy, that was a Final Four team.
Makai Mitchell, big physical battle with Filipowski.
They don't get it.
You love how aggressive Roach is to start this half. He needs to be a player in this second half.
Spinning again on Mark Mitchell. Carving out space and scoring with the right hand. Down by 4. And he's back in for Steve Forbes. Hildreth goes driving on McCain and off the glass.
41.5. Foster 40%. They can drill those threes. So can this man. Gerard gave up the dribble. P.J. Hall with a fall away.
20 points, also leading the team in points as well. He said, I envision every single thing and wants to win tonight.
Jay, well, you've told me that for years. You feel good, you look good, you play good.
Yeah, and if Peyton the Painter
to kick it out for that open 3.
Love to Walter. He gets that screen, and they got an advantage. Filipowski again. He is doing a terrific job picking up the guards when they get by their guys.
I got to get Ray J. Dennis involved.
Corner three, that's way short.
Much better blocking out. That was a heck of a rebound by Bridges.
He throws a three up. That's off to the right. And who's he going to? Quietly, Mitchell's got 10 points in the game. He, Roach, and McCain all in double figures for the Blue Devils.
That's a switch. Now Dennis being guarded by Filipowski.
And the floater goes. Good footwork like Filipowski does. Baylor playing with Misi on the bench here the last 5 minutes.
Got the switch again.
And then back into the game for Baylor. They run the high weave and get the high screen.
There's the matchup they want.
Misi waiting for an offensive rebound, but it goes into the hands of
Jonathan Chamois-Chachouin. He's an excellent offensive rebounder.
Circle that, about 9:40 to go when he left the game. Misi with that neck injury. Filipowski's defense extends, and they still got 10 on the shot clock.
With Jalen Blake's taking that shot if you're Steve Forbes.
Filipowski switched down to Miller. Miller rolled out. And
you're going to get open looks. Nice job out of a timeout.
Same thing Coach Greenberg said as well. He likes it inside out, the method for Filipowski. Oh, man!
And welcome to Cameron Indoor. Here on a Tuesday night, that is Judah Mintz, a talented guard.
Caitlin Clark, you can make the argument. She is the biggest player in college basketball, men's and women's.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, you tell me a player more recognizable than Caitlin Clark. She's going to break every record, and she might come back to school to do it again next year.
Right. Yes, right. Could have another pass. Florida State down 10. And a long one coming and switched in 9. FSU with the ball. Let's see if Jameer Watkins gets rolling here in the second half. Over the top pass. It's going to be stuffed in. Just strong night on both ends. Copeland backs it away. Shot clock down to 6. Inside Brown.